Repeatedly saying your son's name instead of calling for an ambulance of people who can revive your kid. Cliché.
Think he's a bird?
A bird?
Like off.
Butterfly.
Dude, a butterfly is a type of bird.
It's the penultimate episode of the season, and someone out there in control of TV still thinks we have time for the vigilante is genetically and specifically obtuse bits.
She probably planted that diary in my trailer. I knew I couldn't trust these people.
What do you mean, these people, Chris?
If I was gonna write a diary, it wouldn't be a diary, it'd be a f***ing journal.
While a f***ing journal might cover the more salacious and exciting parts of your story, it would not be a true representation of your day-to-day life.
I bet you could do some bomb poetry.
While bomb poetry might cover the more high-octane and thrilling parts of your story, I don't think Peacemaker possesses the literary nuance to cover the topic in a fashion befitting the novel conceit.
Did you see that thing? It looked like it fell out of my f***ing vagina.
If books are falling out of your vagina, then I would recommend targeted Kegels or some kind of aggressive yoga.
I'd make a collage of the three of us f***ing some chicks with a bunch of dolphins around us doing beer bongs in a Corvette.
Vigilante's choice of sentence structure has left me wondering if the dolphins are partaking in the sex, the beer bonging, and the driving of the Corvette, or some combination of the three.
I thought you were bringing up some weird medical condition.
Why would I bring up a medical condition?
I don't know.
Because somebody that rhymes with flames bun thinks it's funny for characters to argue about stupid things over and over and over, and no editors had the guts to tell him no.
I didn't know that I was gonna get caught up in Mars attacks.
There is no evidence the butterflies are from Mars, and you keep Mars attacks and its brainlians out of your damn mouth.
She's Waller's daughter.
Yeah, I know. You think I wouldn't do a background check on anyone coming to work with us?
Expecting me to believe Waller wouldn't find a way to hide her connection to Adebayo from a simple background check. This is a woman who has contingencies for her contingencies. She's Espionage Batman.
Every time we drink, you talk about TV shows. How have you not seen Boondock Saints?
Maybe if you drank less, you'd realize the Boondock Saints isn't a TV show. Also, I feel like The Boondock Saints is a movie we've come full circle on. It started off being the shitty movie a few people liked that should have been relegated to obscurity. Then it became an underrated classic by people who judge you for not appreciating its brilliance. Now its popularity has led to it being cool to shit on it again, and that has brought it back around to being underrated. I don't have much else to add to the matter other than I think there are better uses for the internet. Why does White Dragon look like he was superimposed over the Windows XP wallpaper? The way I felt after this impact has shown me that I might be more attached to this van than I am any other character in the show.
What are you doing?
What do you think he's doing? The last conversation you had, he expressed remorse at not having killed you while you were still umbilically committed to your birth mother. Huggy was more willing to work with the police than he was to take any amount of heat for you. Chris's reaction should have been, well, it's about f***ing time, Dad. This armor doesn't seem to be affected by bullets, so why does he feel the need to retreat instead of shooting a shot? I suppose these guys all received orders to conserve ammunition under any and all circumstances, even if White Dragon is under direct fire from an automatic weapon. Also, why aren't they surrounding the van? They're all neatly grouped on one side as if they've had Mortal Kombat programming imposed on them.
No wrong time to rock.
Perhaps not, but there is a wrong time to deliver a quip. And I think Peacemaker agrees.
I need to tell you to run from a f***ing bomb.
Also, everyone, regardless of whether we like them or not, survives this. So why the f*** did it even happen?
Let's go.
Why is he running around on the ground with these other losers? Did Augie forget he has a jetpack?
Raccoons are hardcore, man.
Saying a big old f*** you to the makeup and continuity department who has to make sure these multiple raccoon swipes stay consistent during the next episode and a half. We'll be watching.
I'm proud to have had you on my team.
Really? Because they've f***ed it up at pretty much every given opportunity, including some deliberate sabotage that is about to indirectly cause your death. We haven't been given a lot of specifics about how the butterflies work, but does he have to come out immediately? Could he not hang out inside Mern for a little while instead of exposing himself to people who absolutely want him dead? Choosing to fly within swatting distance of your arch nemesis.
Without him, his outfit will have no chance of stopping us. 2 clowns in costumes and a couple of rejects.
Premature hubrisabration. Harcourt is able to slide her hands under this butterfly so easily, it's almost as if she just scooped thin air and someone added the alien in after the fact. Skip. Harcourt finally has an opportunity to be an ass-kicking badass. Just a shame that it's against Judo Master, the personification of occasional constipation. Kills the momentum, mildly uncomfortable, is usually avoidable. Character smiles while being punched in the smiler. Cliché.
Who the f*** feeds their bird chips?
Someone smart enough to know that eagles can kill you, and you don't get between them and what they want to eat. Why aren't any of the many people with guns not gunning him to death right now? And why is White Dragon suddenly not leading the charge anymore? I'm I'm choosing to believe that there's an interpretation of the Constitution that makes punching even a CG eagle a capital offense.
I'll kill you, motherfucker!
Trying to choke somebody in a super suit without an exposed neck.
40 years ago, God challenged me, as he did Abraham. But I was too weak to listen.
Well, to be fair, you succeeded. You did kill one of your sons, but you used your other son to do it, and maybe God didn't step in because he doesn't like loopholes.
There are gaps in the armor, man.
The gaps in the armor that are vulnerable to little daggers, but not a fucking grenade to the groin. Character smiles while being punched in the smiler. Cliché. Warning your POS racist father when your best friend Eagly could be dying right there.
Like I said, I'm not made for this.
Oh, really? I had no idea. This is so strange. Why hasn't it been brought up in every single one of the last 6 episodes again and again?
God, please bring back my best pal, Eagly.
Asking for help from God after the medical professional has done all the hard work. Interrupting the miracle God just gave you for a selfie.
Babe, I just saw an eagle hug a human. Maybe it's a sign.
No Adebayo, it's a sin. You're just 1 letter off. So close.
We should get a move on killing this cow.
What about your wife?
She's upset, but she gets it.
She gets it, but not in a way that the writers felt confident enough showing us, which is why the rest of that conversation suspiciously happened off screen.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I would like to submit into evidence that I am fully aware this is the point, but how the did she get a gun?
I'm in.
Hashtag me too.
Not a single person in the room jumps on this, and yet that Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid hot take receives a full minute of analysis. What an oddly specific way to tell us you hate women, DC. These aren't your clients. These are your patients, and other things the U.S. healthcare system shouldn't have in common with veterinarians.
Surprisingly nice people, considering.
Getting Stockholm Syndrome after your captors have left. James Gunn creates a giant and ridiculous CG monster in a Suicide Squad adventure that I weirdly find cute cliché. Okay, maybe not a cliché, but it sure is weird it happened twice.
Could have done without that.
Don't mess with the bull, young man. You'll get the horns.
The diary is fake?
Of course it's a fake.
It's a fake.
Well, I'm not the one who just betrayed one of our own.
Loud noises!
Hard stars and horseshoes, clovers and blue moons.
Oh, no, he died.
I have been, and always shall be, your friend.
Hey, hey! 1,000 years of death!